Now, I don't know how many of you guys have actually worked in the food service industry. Talking about waiting tables, being a cook at a restaurant. I've actually done it before in the past. When I was actually in college, I actually waited tables, and it's pretty hectic. You know, tempers will flare. The customers can be rude, and then the server gets upset and can get frustrated at times. I've seen it myself. Sometimes the cooks and the servers, they kind of get into it. But this story here is pretty crazy that we're going to be talking about here in this video. Now, I actually did enjoy actually waiting tables. The money was pretty good. Getting paid every day, you really can't beat that. But some days, folks, people just have bad days. They do. But in this case, at a Dave & Buster's in Florida, one of the employees actually lost his life. Let's dive into this, guys. Dave & Buster's employee dies days after a cook attacks him at work, Florida cops say. This is crazy. Now, I've never seen an actual all-out brawl at a restaurant where the cook and the server is actually, coming to blows. Haven't seen that. For the most part, the people that I actually worked with, it worked out pretty well. But I've definitely seen where people have gotten heated on the job waiting tables. You're on your feet for a whole bunch of hours. And not everybody's going to be happy, but this guy's dead now. Let's read this, guys. A Dave & Buster's employee died days after he was attacked by a cook while at work, according to a Florida sheriff's office. Officers responded to a fight at a Dave & Buster's in Jacksonville just after 1:45 p.m. on January 21st, according to an arrest and booking report from the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office. A witness told deputies that the cook, later identified as Cordell Bentley Russell, 34, was in a bad mood that day. The report says the victim said, quote, "Put the food right there," in a strong tone. The report says, and Russell became angry. The victim's family later identified him as Thonny Roy, 28 years old. Russell responded, quote, "I'm a grown bleeping man. Don't talk to me like that," the report says. The next part of the report was redacted by the sheriff's office. The witnesses told deputies that they saw Russell walking away as Roy was gasping for air and his heart was racing, the report says. Roy then started foaming at the mouth, according to the report. Paramedics arrived, started performing CPR, and took Roy to a hospital, according to the report. Doctors later told deputies that Roy had a pulse, but that he was possibly brain dead. Wow. The report says deputies found the cook at his sister's house later that evening and arrested him. He was originally charged with aggravated battery causing bodily harm, according to the sheriff's department. On January 25th, hospital staff told deputies that Roy had died, according to the report. A medical examiner determined his cause of death to be homicide by blunt force head trauma, the report says. Russell's charge was upgraded to manslaughter, and he was arrested again on January 31st, according to the Jacksonville Sheriff's deputy. Man, that is pretty crazy right there. That is really crazy. I mean, did nobody actually try to stop the fight or anything like that? Or was it kind of like one hit and he was down, or maybe he just hit his head on something that caused that trauma? I mean, this is really, really crazy right here. And this actually did happen at a Dave & Buster's. I mean, this is just nuts right here. Man, rest in peace to this young man right here. I don't know if the cook was actually, I highly doubt it, I should say, that the cook was actually trying to kill him. But tempers just flared, I guess, and then they just came to blows. And now he's facing manslaughter. I don't know how many years he would actually do in prison if he's actually convicted. I mean, it's crazy here. It does say here a GoFundMe organized by one of Roy's brothers says that Roy enjoyed spending time with his friends and family, especially his nieces and nephews. He said the siblings often called themselves the Bit Sits. Man, so young, man. We've done so many other videos, on these young people just dying suddenly here. This is definitely a bit different right here. I believe he was only, 28 years old? I believe that's what it said here. Let me go back up. Yes, it does. 28 years old. And the man that actually ended up killing him was 34 years old. A bad mood. Showing up to work with a bad mood ended up causing a man to lose his life. That's just nuts right there. Man, we never know when we're actually going to meet our end. But man, I can't imagine. Now, I've never gotten into a fight at work. I haven't. But it must have been a really, really bad day to where he got really, really triggered, because it does say here that Thorny Roy actually had a strong tone. So that strong tone really caused him to just snap and I guess he was just beating the hell out of this guy. I don't know. I wish we actually had more details on this. But now Cordell Bentley Russell is probably actually looking at some jail time here. Manslaughter. I don't know what degree. Different states have different laws on that. And this is actually in Florida right here. Man, rest in peace to that young man. I mean, if you guys are having a bad day, man, just stop and think. Stop and think. Don't do anything stupid. And I believe that the vast majority of people probably won't go out there and do something stupid like this. But when I saw this, I had shared this video, I was pretty shocked that this happened. And this was on about a week or so ago, a couple of weeks ago, because this happened on January 21st. And we're just now finding out about this, man. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and White Network fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you next time.